downtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New York Jets. On the visitors' sideline, Steeler head coach Mike Tomlin. His guys ready to get this one going. Opposite him, the Jets' Aaron Glenn. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience, looked around, took his time before choosing his team. And boy, are they glad that he did, because he still has a lot of juice left despite being 41 years old. Finishing the top 10 in passing yards last season with nearly 4,000 yards and touchdowns as well with 28.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
At the 22-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. So now they deal with 3rd and 11. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Fights loose. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Good.
Now Hall to start the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 30.
They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Fields now to throw. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Fields, such an athletic quarterback, gets him the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
This pass out wide. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the Steelers' 31-yard line.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
That's good for another Jets.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Off play action, Fields. He'll get this to Lazard. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Here we go, Ty.
Back to throw, Fields. And that will be caught out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
So on comes a field goal unit for the Jets. Here's Nick Folk. From the left hash, this from 34. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a play action now for Rodgers. Open man, that's the tight end fire move. Able to slither by. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Pat Fryermuth, 72 yards. And the Steelers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That one hit and a loose football. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Here's Fields. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield, and allow the play to be successful.
And he'll be taken down. Now before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. One play action. Fields. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
To throw is Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Move 58, move 58.
Now Fields. Flushed out way. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Harmon. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out looking to beat that Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Rodgers to throw once more. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go, son.
They'll give it to Hall to start the drive. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the option left is Fields. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Here we go.
Fields. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21.
That's good for the Jets. 1st down. 1st down.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. One of the linebackers has got it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to push the lead the big way. The best way to do it, touchdown.
On the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Rodgers going to throw. Austin brings in the quick throw. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake. Rodgers. But it's caught on the right side of Smith. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it's 2nd down. Running left, it's Warren. Oh, what a move. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Now Rodgers. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
On the give. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he finds Austin complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
And he's going to be touchdown right at the line of scrimmage.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes we even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them, and the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. You talk about inches, just go get it.
And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Fields. Over to Miller and complete to Wilson. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now it's Fields. Going right back to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
13 more yards. That's another.
Fields now to throw. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert. And crossover out of bounds right at the 25.
That's good for another Jets. First and 10.
Throwing again is Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
That's good for a Jets.
They'll run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as head coach? I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Working from the gun, Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Look at the big man rumble. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Boswell's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State. And Scott Hansen with our EA Sports halftime
Our
report.
look around the NFL starts now. In Atlanta, the Falcons at home to take on the Bucs in an NFC South matchup. And it's a guy who took a big step forward last year, Bijan Robinson. He's a weapon in the run game. He's a weapon in the passing game. Look at him go. 74 yards to the end zone. The Falcons wind up winning this one in front of the home crowd to begin the new season. Next up, we go down to Brazil. Game number 2 on the NFL schedule, the Chiefs and the Chargers from the Southern Hemisphere. And it's the new signee from Pittsburgh, Najee Harris. His first touchdown in a Charger uniform. The Chargers begin Jim Harbaugh year 2 with a Week 1 victory. And time now for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start coming into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Paul on to give up the middle. And he'll bring it up here right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Paul again. That's a room to maneuver. Now inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall. Already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Jets have cut it back within a score.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
On for the extra point is Folk. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
A handoff for Warren. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Pittsburgh.
To throw is Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll run it. Warren looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Here's Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The New York set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here we go. Nice.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. Boom! Fighting through tackles. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll give the ball, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Fields. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reynolds. 2nd catch for him today.
That's another Jets. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
In motion right is Wilson. Straight ahead is Hall. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
Hall again on 2nd down. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for another Jets.
To throw is Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here's Fields. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Fields. And oh, be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. It's a break on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do, but that's a big swing of momentum right there.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 72 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle, pass caught by Warren. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
A great job there. That old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
It's a gain of 15, but it's 3rd down.
Now Roman Warren. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try and run for it. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone. He's hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now Rodgers. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line.
Quincy Williams on the tackle. It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Steeler 1st down.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Here's Warren. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Warren, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
Boswell for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. A chance for us again to look at this Pittsburgh defense. And the interception, the last time they were out there, ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone, but their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Set them up pretty, got the touchdown, now they're back out there defensively. And this turns into a nice game with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Thumbs up, ready?
1st and 10.
Back to throw, Fields. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 28.
Fields. This pass out wide to Hall. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Looking to throw. Fields. Throw left side to Reynolds. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down.
Here we go.
They'll try to run with Hall. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. And hang on here. We've got an injured player, and that's the running back, Breece Hall. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Jeremy Ruckert, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steelers offense and their running back Jaylen Warren headed back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A short one there to Fryermuth. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now they show Jet sweep it instead and run up the middle here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 106 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
319.
On the run, it's Warren. And bulldozing his way through. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Warren. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Warren is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just...
Jalen Warren with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point now by Boswell. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now Justin Fields and the Jets down by 10. A minute 12 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. Fields.
That's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Jets.
And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Now Fields. A quick throw there is incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They snap it to Fields. It's caught inside the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
And the Jets.
Here we go,
First
son.
down. 1st and 10.
Here's Fields. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Here's 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 16.
And the spike comes with 9 seconds left to go. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. All eyes on Fields. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Pittsburgh, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.